Hi Aries, this is your channel messages for the 3rd of August. I never knew it was a holiday today. What kind of holiday today? I don't know of any holiday. I said I go on the road this morning and everywhere empty. And I said, what the fuck is happening? Am I dead? I wasn't dead. Today is a holiday. It's a happy holiday, whatever it is. Okay. Anyways, Aries the Emperor. Let's go ahead and go into your reading for today. Okay, wait. Sorry. Wait, Emperor. Okay, I'm sorry. Wait. Please stand by. Okay, Emperor, let's go. Let's see what's happening for you today with your reading. The Emperor. We have YouTube coming out first. Okay, so I'm getting something about YouTube. Are you starting a channel, Emperor? I'm getting something about you're watching someone's YouTube channel. Maybe it's an upcoming YouTuber. I'm getting you starting a YouTube channel. Wait, if you're not starting a YouTube, I'm getting you're watching someone on YouTube. No, the Emperor, you're self-made. So I'm getting you watching something. I'm getting you watching a self-made. I'm getting you watching somebody start them journey from they are the Ace of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, or going up to the Emperor. I'm getting you watching someone's journey. We have Under Oath. Okay, so I'm getting YouTube and Under Oath. We also have God. We have Saturn. Saturn rules karma. It also rules Capricorn. And we also have Leo. Leo rules entertainment. So Aries, I'm kind of getting you're going to have a career on YouTube. I know it sounds weird. I mean, you're the Emperor. You're an old person. You know, what do I look like becoming a YouTuber? I'm getting you have a lot of knowledge. And if you're a man, there's a lot of young, fatherless men out there who need help and they need guidance. And that's where you will come in. We're getting something about you having Leo rules entertainment. Leo rules other people's children. Are you becoming a mentor for young guys? We're getting the guys that may not be young. These may not be teenagers. This could be guys like 20, 30s who they've never grow up. They've only grow up with friends. So everything them know about being a man come from them friend. And chances are them friends were raised by single mothers. So a lot of men nowadays, the reason why them so feminine is because them never grow with no dad. That's why them feminine like them mom, them emotional like them mom. Them don't believe in taking care of anything or anybody else other than them mom. Them don't know what it's like to be a man. You have some men, they really and truly do not know what it is to be a man because they're raised by a mom. So you're girly. You're more, well, you're selfish just like your mother, because your mother believe if your father wasn't going to be with you, him don't have no access to you. So you become selfish like your mom. You become emotionally abusive like your mom. You become very angrily easily. You don't have control of your emotions. You will grow up in a state of women have to prove that them love you, because the only woman that love you is your mother, because your father never love you. So I'm getting there's a lot of guys out there, them get raised, everything them know about sex, how to date, how to get a wife, them only know this around them friends or what their mother tell them. And obviously that is detrimental to the future of these men. That's why these men end up never being married. When I see an old man, like a guy who up in him age, and I say ever been married, and him say no, like nobody want you. Are you not want nobody? Which one it is? You want your mother alone? I don't find when I say I'm old, when I'm old and was married, I find value with them. If them older and them never been married, me know you, yeah, you're dead that way. Why am I gonna waste my time with you? Bitch, you're crazy. So I'm getting something about your mentorship when it comes on to men that are younger than you. We also have Mars. Mars rules aggression. Yeah. You can be aggressive in a manly way, and you can be aggressive in a woman-like way. So you like to argue. You like to argue with girl. You like to cuss them off. You like to back and forth. When you argue with a girl as a man, do you try to bring up things in her past for hurt her and say, yes, see, didn't you say this? You argue like a woman. You argue like your mother. So maybe you're noticing this when it comes on to young guys. You want to change that. You going to have a career on YouTube as a mentor. I'm getting you going to mentor young guys who don't have dads. You're going to mentor them on what it is to be a man, what it is to take your responsibility over how you feel. You're going to talk to them about self-care. And remember, girls, don't be crying over a nigga who left you for another bitch and that nigga don't take daily showers. Don't you ever cry over a nigga who left you for a girl and him and the girl take one shower a day, maybe. You understand? You have to always think. Sometimes you cry over a guy because he break your heart. You're crying over a nigga who don't take 2 showers a day. You need to know what you cry over. So I'm getting you, Aries, as the emperor. You're coming in and you're getting a restructuring what it is to be a man, because you know what it is to be a man. Maybe you're successfully married with a successful business and you might have kids. Those are the type of men I would rather listen to. I don't listen to men who are old who never been married. Don't listen to those type of men. You'll come here and you're gonna live the same life your daddy did live. So to me, you're not necessarily valuable to me. I can't do nothing with you. Your goal is to be respected by your mother or your family or women in your family. You don't really have a goal when it comes down to leadership. And your legacy that you claim to leave will be run by your mother. It won't be run by you. So let's go ahead and go into your reading, Aries, the Emperor. I'm getting something about your aggression. As a man, how you take out your aggression? That counts too. Me getting you're seeing a lot of men who are on the dating scene or who are talk about 1%. All of them grow up with mommies. You have to remember that. And if you're a guy and you refuse to date a woman who have kids, that's what your mother is. You need to remember that. That's how when a man talk a certain way about women and about what a family dynamic is, you need to check his mother. Always check what kind of relationship your mother and father have. Them live together, yeah. So your mommy and daddy live together, but you choose to never be married. Bitch, don't take advice from older men who never been married. They're not valuable men. Don't make a nigga tell you, say him choose not to be married and him choose to be a single bachelor and him go and give you advice as to how to get women. Him giving the same advice as to how you get a blood clot prostitute. I don't find value in men who never been married. Those are not men I listen to about anything in life. Yes, let's go ahead and go into your reading. You want me listen to a nigga that this nigga never proposed to a girl. You want me listen to him? Bitch, about what? About being a wife? Bitch, that nigga don't know nothing about being a man. Him grow with mom. It's different when girls grow with mommies. It's different than when guys grow with mommies. It's 2 different things. All right, let's go. Getting you want to reconstitute what it is to be a man, or you need to come back as a fatherly figure and teach men how to treat them wife. You're getting you have a career on YouTube, okay? So don't feel like you're too old to be doing something. I'm getting there. You have a lot of information, you have a lot of knowledge, and maybe you had to discover this on your own because you yourself did not grow up with a father. So I'm getting you're dropping some gems on these niggas. So let's go. First card out is the 2 of Wands. Now the 2 of Wands talk about moving. You're moving countries, so you could be relocating, or again, you're doing something online because you're reaching a broader audience. You know, if you wanted to do something in person, you might not have had a lot of, the message wouldn't be sent across as it could be if you do something online. Now the 2 of Wands is not an online thing, but it talks about being in different countries. So I'm getting something about your work is taking you overseas. We also have the King of Swords, yeah. You're getting your drop gems, you're giving advice to people who don't look like you. And being a man has nothing to do with the skin color. You need to know that. Being a man, when you give dating advice, maybe a skin color going to come into the conversation. When you be a man, taking care of responsibilities, understanding how to control the emotions, know what it's like to be a leader. You don't force a woman into submission. You don't have to spell work on her. You don't have to put your urine in a bottle for your girl to submit to you. The way how you carry yourself, she won't submit to you. Yeah, you see all of these things? You don't have to be the same race to learn it. Being white or black or Asian have nothing to do with you being a man. Being a man is right across the board. I don't know, you probably have a lot of women or your mother in your ears that tell you, say you don't have to be that type of man. Yes, the fuck you do. Your responsibility as a girl coming out of your mother pussy as a woman, you have a responsibility as a woman. And the responsibility is not giving life. That's not your responsibility as a woman. If your responsibility as a woman was giving life, every time you have sex, you don't get pregnant. You notice every time you have sex, you don't get pregnant. You notice? You notice? Or maybe you bad looking why every time you have sex, you get pregnant. Yeah. As a man, you have certain responsibilities too. And I don't know what, and maybe your mom took a lot of responsibilities from you because she never have a man to take on those burdens. Nevertheless, getting something is not racial. It's strictly about the sex. What it is to be your responsibilities, how you navigate, what is your confidence like, why you're making your confidence, why you're making your insecurity as to the conditions your mother grew up in, why are you punishing your future wife? I'm getting these are the conversations you're talking about, Aries. And I'm getting you're reaching a mass audience abroad, or people who don't look like you listening to you. We also have the Knight of Swords, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Two of Cups. You could also be, again, you could be giving relationship advice. The Two of Cups. I don't think you're giving relationship advice. I feel like you're telling men how to treat women. Because this is not lovers. You know, so you're not going, men are not asking you, hey, I have a girlfriend, how long should I propose? We're getting a teaching men how to be men and how to attract women of a certain caliber. Because you already exude what it is to be masculine. You have the Two of Cups. Maybe you're trying to hit in men's head that just like you being the emperor, you have a counterpart. You don't compete with the empress, the Two of Cups, you listen to her. She might can give you ideas to enhance you. That's a lot of things men will say. Man will say when we meet a girl, she give me so much ideas and it really helped me. Because women are creative and they're creative beings. Men are not, men will create, but men will create inside of a box. If men don't create inside of a box, then I'll call you crazy, like Albert Einstein. He did not create inside a box. When a woman creates abstract, the man will still say, oh, you know, this is a good idea. Because it's an abstract thought from a woman. And them already believe that women have more, like them have more space to be emotional than men. Because if a man is as emotional as a woman, you say him gay. But if a woman is more emotional than the average woman, you'll just say she's an emotional woman. She don't get backlash because of it. So yeah, I'm getting something about you're coming back on the scene, Emperor. You're teaching men as to either how to date. And I'm getting you're telling them real stuff, you know, like ask your partner, what is our sex drive? Ask her long term where she see herself. Does she want kids? Does she not want kids? And if I ask her things like if she want to live with a partner, does she want to live in separate rooms? Does she want to live in the same room? You want to retain your household? Me getting you rearranging what it is for a man to actually look for a counterpart that he can actually be happy with. I'm getting your being a mentor to men. Let's go. We also have the High Priestess. All right, so that's a Cancer. We have the Moon card. We're getting something about a Cancer, a Pisces. We're getting something about women, a lot of women. Are you realizing something about women, Aries? Where is your wife? Did your wife die? Did you never have a wife before? I would not take advice from a man who never been married. So I feel. You never been married. Why am I gonna take advice from a man who was never capable of loving a woman? You are gonna tell me how to get a man, nigga, you never experience love for a woman in your life. If you could have married your mother, you'd have married she. Why would I take advice from you? Why you think you talking about my body count feel bad? Nigga, you never been married. Nigga, you never spend your own money on a ring for a girl. You never say, I can't wait to see this girl face light up because me want to spend the rest of my life with her. Why you think you is a nigga me would take real advice from? About dating. About the type of man me for fuck. About whether a baby supposed to be coming on this earth or not. Nigga, you never been married. You never been with a body. You never been married. Never been married. Never been married. You're like a walking prostitute. You're a fucked out nigga. You never been married. You never been capable of getting married. Even with all the girls them who you fuck out through your life, you never saw one and say, I want to marry her. So obviously the caliber a girl who you fuck, you would have never wife none of them. So why am I gonna take advice from a nigga like that? I'm gonna take advice from baby mothers. I'm gonna take advice from bumbleclad man who never been married. I don't. Bitch, me too mature for that. Me don't live the same life as a lot of people. My cerebral gland operate differently. So let's go continue the reading. We have the Seven of Swords. We also have the Hermit card. And we also have the Death card. And even when you look on marriages, does the woman outlive the man or the man outlive the woman? Why when you're married to a woman, you end up dead before her? And when you're not married, you end up depressed and commit suicide. I feel like there's a Aries here who are getting you try to teach men the importance of having a woman around you. And how much I don't feel like you're trying to tell the men to get women to use them, but me getting you saying you know much hits. Not hits as in physical abuse. I mean things that would bother you if you did live alone as a man. If you actually got a woman involved, it wouldn't hurt you that much. You're getting you saying there's a protection. Because, all right, for example, men will say, now they will not girl who read tarot or no witchy girl. But the girl them know, sometime in Jamaica when the bad man them, when they with some girl, the girl them just know when you're dead. And they must say, babe, don't go out today. What you mean? They don't go to them, man. I just have a feeling, man. I just feel like police are going to search, you know, and find gun. Then the man say, all right, and stay home. What happened? Police bomber clot search the house and find blood clot gun, and everybody gone a fucking jail, except the man who stayed home with his woman, high priestess, who tell him. Me getting is like, yeah, say, underneath the nose, so the girl them actually psychic. And one time, we used to use them powers against them and gaslight them. That's why the bitches keep dreaming that we're fucking on them, and we're telling them we're not fucking on them. Me getting no, it's like, yeah, tell the males that them is at your advantage. Bitch, if your girl know which business deal for tech, if your girl can dream something for you, no better you have her in your corner the same way how an emperor would have a spiritual advisor in them corner tell them what to do. But the problem is the reason why, even though you might accumulate more money and you might accumulate more status, but you can't get no girl. Can't get no pussy. You notice you're around all those men with money and car. Why you can't get pussy? Why all of them single? Why all of them never been married? All of them, you think me would have hang out with a girl group and none of we never get married before? What the fuck me look like? You think me hang out with a bumbleclot baby mother? You're mad? Me have to stop talk to some girl. Yeah, baby, you not take care of your kid. Where your kid there? With the father? Are you sharing custody with the kid? No. So why you want me and you to be friends? You want me and you for blood clot, walk up and down. You will act like you're not the kids, and you act like you're my age. Me can't friend you. I'm sorry. I have nothing in common with a baby mother. Nothing. I hear a girl saying that, listen, I have no problem with women who choose not to have kids. But if I have a kid and you think you're better than me, I have a problem. Of course, I think I'm better than you, slut. You have a kid out of wedlock. The only women who I think may be a little better than me is if she happily married and she live with her husband. That's the only girl me think better than me. If me say, yeah, man, that girl negative, yeah, man, we need to take a few notes from that girl, yeah. That's the only way. If you is a woman who have a kid and you never been with the father, you never live with the father, of course we're better than you. Duh. Well, you want me to tell you, say me and you up on the same level? Bitch, you have a kid and you don't have a dad for fucking grow the kid. The only girl who better than me is a girl who live with her husband and them have a kid together and the man not fuck on them. Them are the girl them can say, I need to know what the fuck you're doing. I need to know your formula. Those are the only type of girl that can say, yeah, man, that girl better than me for true. She have it right. You see me look on a bumbleclot girl who a single mother and who is a baby mother and say she better than me. You mean morally? She can't better than me morally. She have a baby, bro. She never scout the man who come in her. That's the issue. The issue is that you're not scouting the men who come in you. That's the issue. And 9 months is a honeymoon stage. Anything can happen within 9 months. Anyways, I'm getting your restructuring men to know what it is to actually, what the benefit is to actually have the right, not the wrong, the right woman on your side and things that she can do for you. Because a high priestess in this depiction, I mean, she's psychic. You're getting a beer girl, the whole one get psychic, and that's why you don't want to live with her man. Because you just know once the man them come in your house, them a cheat, them a deal with some fuckery, them a go on with some problem, and your conscience will bother you without proof. And I'm getting you as Aries, the man, you're trying to tell men that the conscience, that thing that bothers women is because them is high priestesses. Now imagine if you were doing right by this woman and she could have said your friend circle for you. She could have said which friend I gonna try to betray you. She could have said when you'll get set up. Because me getting you're trying to teach women that you're trying to teach men that women are actually an advantage to you. A lot of women, okay, so this is just my opinion. Me feel like as a woman, you can be any single thing you want to be at any time. But I also feel like if you decide that you want a partner, you want a counterpart, then me feel like when you're with him, it's a relationship. When you're by yourself, it's all about you. This is what I feel. So I'm getting the man is saying, imagine all that psychic ability this girl have for no say yeah fuck on her, you never fuck on her. Imagine if you was doing right by her and she could have used those gifts to your advantage. That's what I'm getting and trying to explain to men out there, because these men don't grow up with dads. And if they did grow up with fathers, they were not fathers who did grow in the same household. You ever wake up one morning and see a father? You ever wake up and see him? Or every time you see a father, he might visit you? You need to know the impact dads have in females' lives. A lot of men will say you're promiscuous because you have daddy problems. The reason why she's promiscuous is because she's very secure with her father. You know, a lot of men will tell you being promiscuous talks about being unloved. That's not true. It's not true. So you're telling me the woman with one body count who get pregnant out of wedlock, she was loved by her daddy? That's what you're telling me? You think anybody father wants to them be a baby mother? You need to know that. And you need to know when I talk, the shit I talk on YouTube, you see if you feel like Vanessa Carby is just a hateful bitch, go and ask a man. Go and ask an older man what he think about what I'm saying. You think your father wants to see you a baby mother? You think your father going to say, I'm so happy for my daughter knowing she's a baby mother? You're unwed. And even if your father is the biggest blood clot cheater and he used to fuck down for your mother, he might say, I want my daughter to be married. That's what he might want for you, because him is a man. Your mommy don't care about a wedding. Especially if that bitch never get married, she don't give a fuck who you get married to. So if you feel like what I am saying is just too harsh on girls, go and ask a man. Because every time after, I make the man them fuck and blood clot breed when you come on the fucking social media tab about the man ain't shit. Did you realize that before or after you get pregnant? And if you had symptoms that the man wasn't shit before you get pregnant, why you make him come inside of you? And if you make him come inside of you, you don't want to go on a birth control? You don't want to take a 28-day pill? Him can come inside of you, on you, over you, underneath you, and you won't get pregnant because since you don't want to be boring. Like, you not think about these things? No. Okay, well, a man think about these things. That's why when a man fuck you, get you pregnant, him left you. That's why I'm still a fuck on you. He thinks about these things. You don't, because you're not a father. If you have one father, he might tell you, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if my daughter a whore. Bitch, you want to see her married. Him is a dad. That's how dads think. So again, I don't know, as a father of a man, do you want to see your son married? As your father, as a man of the house, you live with his mother. Do you expect to see your son married as a man of the house? Or you just say to your son, it's okay, fuck who you want, fuck out a wedlock. And, anyway, your sperm land because life is life. Is that a godly person? Is that a person who read the Bible every day? No, I don't think that's a person who read the Bible every day either. So I'm just saying, I don't know what the fuck you want to follow in life. I'm just here to teach you the doctrines I have learned while reading tarot. Okay? Coming like a tarot wife, me not a baby mother. A tarot. It's not the teachings of my parents that make me not be a baby mother. Bitch, a tarot. Bitch, a studying the cards, looking for the meaning of the cards, looking for life cycle. That's why no man no bust off in a me yet. I'm in a blood clot baby for a man. You think it's because of tax season why I'm not a fucking kid? Bitch, a tarot teach me everything. Bitch, tarot always gonna bring it in a one cycle with man. And every single year, you see another bitch coming online talking about how a man trick her. Girl, you need to look to your father. You see, girls who have dads are very secure within themselves when it comes down to love. That's why them don't care if a guy left them or cheat on them can't leave. Because them know what it's like to be loved by a man, which is them father. When a girl don't know what it's like to be loved by a man, the first man who say him love her, she'll fuck him forever. She will give him her body forever. Even if that man cheats on her, she will never leave him to discover a new love. Sure, daddy never love her. Even if the daddy was in the house, him never love her enough. That's why when a man hurts you, you can stay with him. You mean the same way how your daddy used to probably hurt you and you just seek him approval same way. And not a lot of girls' fathers hurt them and them decide to say, fuck you, dad. Sometimes them stay and say, oh, my father just very toxic. Or sometimes you get the better side of your father if your father don't like your mother. If your father is a narcissist, he might treat you like his second wife to make your mother jealous. And also you and your mother in a problem because of your father. Because two of them in a problem. I'm just saying, Aries, I feel like you're trying to be a mentor to just mentor men to show that, listen, it's not about trying to be a woman. It's not about competing with a girl. You need to know the advantage as a man you have with a very gifted spiritual woman beside you. Because she can see for you where you can't see for yourself. And that's what you were supposed to be using women for. You wasn't supposed to be stepping on them fucking belly. For fucking, that's why, you remember Shiva used to have, Shiva's depiction was a woman who danced and she was standing on a baby. That's why the Indians can't tell me, say them not believe in abortion. Shiva used to stand up on one baby. You remember? When me I go primary school and we study Hinduism, Shiva, the dancing lord, him was standing on a kid. Bitch, what the fuck is standing on a... That wasn't even abortion. Bitch, you had the kid and you step on the fucking kid. Shiva was stepping on a baby. You don't remember that? Yeah, because I'm show you say the baby them did use for control you. The only time your baby is going to be very, very powerful. The baby is like... All right, you see in certain religions, they believe that the baby is like a demonic entity that's here for basically steal your happiness. And that is the repercussion. That's the sin you take up when you make a man fuck you without a ring. You go through torment, which is the baby. So Shiva dance. You know, in a lot of religions, you can't dance, especially in Muslim religions. But Shiva is what, Hindu? But isn't Hinduism Muslim? Anyways, them say you can't dance. Shiva used to dance on a baby. You know, pregnant women don't dance, right? Right. Shiva wasn't pregnant. The baby was outside of her, and she realized the baby was her destruction. That's why she stepped on the fucking kid. Because Shiva had enough fucking hands to hold that fucking baby. Wouldn't you think? Look how much blood clot hands Shiva have. Shiva could have used 2 hands to hold the baby and still pose for a shot. Shiva have all the hands stepping on the baby. Because that's what they believe. They believe that men use the baby for destroy way. That's what it was. And when the baby get bigger, it's like a fucking, what do you call it? You remember those things where you water? Gremlins. You remember gremlins? When you make them touch water, them get big, 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 and them turn into monsters. It's kind of the same thing. Anyways, Aries, I'm going to leave it here. We're going to the next reading. Yeah, so it's just something to consider, okay? Just consider that, you know, not all women are here to fucking cause a destruction. Some women actually want to be an asset in your life, but it's very hard to be an asset in your life when you're a fucking cheating ass man. And where you learn to cheat if you don't have a daddy? That's what me want to know. If your mother was a single mother, where you learn to cheat as an adult, as a man? Who teach you for cheat? Who teach you if I have multiple women? Your mommy never have multiple men, did she? Exactly. You claim say you want a girl with a low body count like your dirty pussy mother. So if your dirty pussy mother have a low body count, who teach you for cheat? Who taught you that polygamy was right if your mommy wasn't with your daddy? Because of polygamy reasons. If your daddy did fuck by your mommy during pregnancy and your mommy did end up be a single mom growing up, and because she had focused on you, she don't want no other man in the house because she don't know if these strangers are gonna fucking molest you. Where you as a big man learn say men can't be monogamous. Where you learn that? You never your mother you learned that from? But your mother was a single mother because your daddy wasn't monogamous. So why you come out to hurt your mother? Or your mommy don't care. Your mommy just says, okay, your daddy wasn't monogamous to me, but it's okay, son. I love you, so you can fuck 3 million girls and I will cover for you. So you see? So then you're just like a dirty pussy mother. You're not like your dad. Your dad never want to be with your mom. We don't know if it's because of polyamorous reasons, but we do know that you grow up with a single mother who enabled you to go around and spread your seed or fuck without a commitment. That's why it's important for men to grow up or to understand what it is to be a man, because your mommy will turn you into a dirty whore, even if she is not one. Because I don't know where men learn how to cheat. I don't know where men learn to say having 2 girls is in your blood. Was it in your mother's blood? Did your mommy tell you it was okay? Did your mommy have 2 men? So where you learn it from? You learn it from other men that you grew up with. And all of uno, while uno was doing on the trade, none of uno have no blood clot that day. And at the end of the day, a lot of uno can fuck off 4 or 5 girls at a time, uno like men. Because there's just a part of you that women will never understand. Only your homeboy will understand it while they're picking him. So anyways, I'm going to leave it here, Aries. We're going to go to the next reading, so I'll be back.